What is up, Toronto Raptor fans? How is it going? It's going well. Thank you for asking. Things looked good in today's game, I gotta say. First quarter, okay, OKC. Uh, it wasn't the end of the world. We ended up, I don't know, we were up by one. No, maybe down by one. Anyway, first quarter close, second quarter close, third quarter even still too close, unfortunately, but finally we came to life in the fourth quarter, and it was almost magical. Everything was humming, man. We were even dishing off extra passes at the rim, like Gary Trent passing it to OG. It was just sweet. I mean, don't get me wrong, there were some great plays in the first and second quarter. I have to say I'm liking the Scotty Barnes and Jakob Pertl, continuity. These guys are obviously getting used to each other and where they're at. And man, that dunk that Pertl had was sick. Too bad he kind of fell over. So on the highlight reel, he's going to be laying on the ground. Hopefully they don't play that too often. But man, he just jammed it, which was sick. Off of a Scotty Barnes no look sort of dish over to the side as he was coming like a freight train, to the basket. There was another sick Scotty Barnes, I think, flipped it into Jakob, and then he put it up for OG. Actually, alley ooped it in the right spot that OG was able to get it. Sorry, Fred, but sometimes you miss those. And for a team in Oklahoma who is, similar position to the Raptors. We're one slot up on them. Sorry, I was just checking the standings to make sure. I don't know if they've got tonight's games in there or not, but OKC sitting in 10th place in the West, 34-36 is their record. And oh my gosh, look at that. We're 34-36. So we just happen to be, I guess, in a little bit of a less congested division. I know we're more top heavy in the East than out west. So yeah, I guess a good litmus test, and they've beaten us this year a couple times. So great, great, great. It just felt like it wasn't great. I was getting nervous. I will admit. I was thinking, oh man, I'm gonna have to come on here and say, what are we doing? What are we gonna even do? There's only like 12 games left in the season. We gotta get things organized, but that fourth quarter was how it should be. If we could just play close till the fourth quarter starts and then pull away like that every game. I mean, obviously, I don't get me wrong. I know it's not going to happen every game, but wow, sweet. But yeah, the other thing that I think about while I'm watching this game is I think the Raptors need to maybe go all in and just try to do whatever we got to do to get Shea Gilgeous-Alexander out of OKC. I'm not sure it's even possible. We're gonna have to see what happens, I guess, next year when they're I don't remember the big guy they drafted this year that friggin' got hurt in preseason. Tall white guy. Oh my God, maybe it'll come to me. But that timeline for him and Giddy and some of their younger players is not exactly in line with Shea Gillis's age. Although obviously, if they had him as a vet, it wouldn't be bad to keep him. But they do seem to they seem like a feeder system team that is never going to actually make it. Sort of like the Cleveland Indians, you know what I mean? The Cleveland, oh my gosh, what the heck did they change their name to? Champions or whatever the heck they are. The Guardians, the Cleveland Guardians. Now, they're half decent, but they have to trade away because they don't have enough money. I feel like OKC is a similar city and team in that way. But man, look at the balanced scoring. I mean, wow. OG. It was nice to see. I was a little bit surprised, I got to tell you, looking at the box score at the end of the game, because the eye test was that he was doing a lot out there. He was hitting threes. I mean, he made 75% of his threes, which is obviously great. Feed this man more threes. And it seemed like Fred maybe toned it down a tiny bit this game. Wasting his shots. He was 50% from the floor, which is great. 42 from 3-point, which is good. That's Fred. I can live with those ones. You know what I mean? It's when you're shooting below 40% from the field that it starts to not look good when you're not moving the ball around and giving everyone else looks. So, but yeah, OG, nice work. 17 points. Pascal leading the way with 25, and my man Gary Trent coming off the bench with 23. So yeah, these numbers are similar. It's actually funny if you watch my last video. I was saying, why can we not just rely on 25 from Pascal, 20 from OG, 20 from Gary Trent? Scotty Barnes is good for 20. Fred's got to be good for 20. This is that scenario played out. Boucher, I thought, should maybe get 10 coming off the bench. He only had 6. Um, I don't know about this Will Barton guy. I mean, we get him as a 3-point sniper. I'd rather see Joe Wieskamp get those minutes. I mean, maybe Joe's not as good of a defender. I wasn't super overly impressed with Will's defense either, though. Um, and yeah, he's missing shots, and even a couple of his passes were weak. Like they got there, but he made a pass to Gary Trent Jr. For 3. He probably got the assist. Actually, I don't even know. Let me see. Did he get any assists? No, no assists. So they didn't even count that as an assist because it wasn't a good pass. Gary Trent had to bobble it. It barely got to him. So anyway, not sold on Will Barton with his 3 points, but Koloko didn't do much in his 12 minutes, but whatever. 3 rebounds. Koloko, I don't mind. He's a young work in progress. Poor Malachi made it in for some garbage time. And Precious is obviously up in the air with the news that he's no longer going to necessarily be the backup center. Precious. Anyway, we'll see what happens. You're going to have to hit some threes when you get when you get some minutes. But yeah, nice work, man. Nice work. I'd give OG a solid, 8. 7.5. Actually, let's change that slightly. 7.5. Pascal's going to get an 8. Jakob Pertl looking good for what that guy can deliver. Like 16 points from him is sweet when you add it to 12 rebounds and 4 assists. Nice work, Jakob. Jakob's getting an 8.5. Scotty B looking good. 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and just some really nice, like his no look. And with him giving those energy effort points, it's good to see. Because Scotty, I worried. He clanked a couple of threes. Actually, I don't even know what he ended up with attempts. I didn't look. Oh, there, look at that. What did I just say? My gosh, I'm paying attention to these games. He was 0 for 2. So, yeah, one of them clanked off the back end, and I think the other one sort of might have been slightly to the side. But if he's going to get those energy hustle points, you know what I mean? I can deal with that. 53% from the floor, it's not bad. And I like his little go up, and he gets like a little 3 or 4 footer, into the basket. Those are great. Fred, so I'm gonna hit Scotty B with a probably 7.5 as well. Freddie V, he's getting maybe I'll give him an 8 because 6 assists. He actually had 5 rebounds, which is mind blowing that Fred VanVleet can get any rebounds. I know sometimes it's just lucky the position that he's in, but he probably puts himself in that position, so I'll give him some credit. Fred seems to get more rebounds than his height should allow, let's just say. And he was a plus 11 in the plus minus, so good job, Fred. I thought you did a nice job of not, as I already said earlier, dominating the ball. You distributed it a little more evenly, I felt. And yeah, good job. So, did I give Fred a number? I don't remember. So, whatever I said a minute ago. Yeah, I think I gave him an 8. I'll stick with that. And then Gary Trent Jr., I don't know, maybe he's got to get an 8.5. Like he was 8 of 12 from the floor, 66.7%. Sweet. Now, that's the same number as OG, but Gary's been a little inconsistent the last couple of games, so I'm going to prop him up with an 8.5 because he was 57% from 3 as well. Wow, 8.5. Yeah, for 23 points. All right, I don't know. I'm feeling bad about OG 7.5. Maybe I should give OG an 8 just for being 75% from the floor. But he didn't take as many. So, anyway, OG, put more up if you want to get a higher ranking number. Nice to see, though. Balanced scoring, great game. I can't complain. If we can play like that for the rest of these games, we might be able to get at least on the better side of the play-in. You know what I mean? It's not looking like we're going to be able to catch Miami. I switched off of the standings. Yeah, we're what, 3.5 games back of Miami. It's possible. It's possible. It would be great if we could take Brooklyn's spot. In fact, it would be great if maybe what happens is Brooklyn and the Knicks
slide, even though it's probably not likely. And then maybe the Raptors and Miami leapfrog them and we end up 6th. That would be awesome. That'd be awesome. Anyways, all right, guys. Thank you very much. Hey, pretty pleased with Sugar on it. Check out the Raptors in black and white. We got some decent things going on there. That channel's coming along nicely. I think our views are certainly going up. So yeah, please check that out. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe to this channel here. It's gonna be a little, well, anyway, I don't know. I'm going to try and incorporate some swag and some giveaways and some things coming up soon. So hopefully we will have some news on that. I'm just working on some stuff behind the scenes. And, but yeah, anyway, thanks for sticking around. Appreciate it. Have a beautiful day, and we'll see you. I don't know when the next game is. Bear with me 8 more seconds, and I will pull it up. I feel like it's Saturday, but I could be wrong. We got the T-Wolves Saturday. See you then, kids.